What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. Today, I thought with fall in the air and winter on the way, I would start showing some great soup recipes. Now, being keto, I swear our soups and casseroles are so delicious because we get to use high quality, cream, stuff that tastes good, cream, butter, and all kinds of goodies. So I like to make a lot of soups. Soups can be a great way to meal plan, to stay on track, to save time. They're inexpensive. And I like to use my Instant Pot for most of my recipes. But if you don't have an Instant Pot, you can totally use a crock pot or stovetop or, whatever. But if you want to link to an Instant Pot, they're down below. I always pick them up like before Black Friday. And I never pay full price because they're always on sale. So anyways, if you don't have one, click this link below. That's the one I have. I actually have an 8-quart and a 6-quart. And I always want another one. No, but anyways, today's recipe is going to be loaded cauliflower soup. It is not my recipe, but I've been making this recipe for a while. It's from Callan's Kitchen. I'm not sure if I said that right, but I will post the link with the recipe down below. Like I said, it's not my recipe. And I want to send the traffic to the person, the recipe creator. So anyways, I love to make this soup. It's tasty. It's kid approved. We make it a lot in the fall. And it's kind of inspired by a potato soup, but you use cauliflower. So, and obviously it tastes delicious if I'm sharing it on my channel. So it's quick and easy to make. You can literally whip up this soup in like 5-10 minutes. So I like to serve mine with like a side of chicken. So I'm going to include my pesto chicken, just one way I make my chicken. And that's what I had for dinner. So this is a great meal prep type dinner and it's delicious. So here's how you make it and recipe below. Okay, so here's everything you need. I have a 6-quart Instant Pot, onion, butter, and then here's the chicken that I'm gonna have on the side, and I'm gonna make like a pesto chicken, and I'm just gonna use this to season it with. I love this one because it has no soy or canola oil. It's actually just used with olive oil, so that's like big favorite. I have chicken broth, which is a chicken bone broth, but you can use regular chicken stock. A block of cheddar cheese, heavy whipping cream, and cauliflower. And there's also, not pictured, cream cheese. So use the saute mode of your Instant Pot. Add your butter and about, I want to say this was a half of a medium onion diced up. And we're going to sorry about the camera shake. We're going to let that just come together and saute and until it's nice and translucent and cooked through. So I took the cauliflower and I removed all of the leaves and stuff, and I left most of the stem because it's going to get ground up. So here's the onions. Just take a peek at them. They're coming along great. They look delicious. You don't want them burned, but a little color is okay. So and then I diced, coarsely chopped up the cauliflower, and then here's a little bit of garlic powder. This flavors the soup, so I like to flavor my onions, which flavors the rest of my soup. So you can use regular garlic, and then pink salt. Don't forget about your pink Himalayan sea salt, and don't be afraid of it too. It's good for you. So just a little bit of that in there. And next we're just going to give that a stir and let that just come together. And it's looking at the point now where I think I would like to add in my cauliflower. So bam, there it is. Give it a quick stir and add your chicken stock. This one is, if you use bone broth, it's going to have a richer flavor in the soup. For a more mild, more potato-like taste, do the regular stock, but I just like the benefits that the bone broth has. And just give that a good stir. Don't worry about getting it all fancy. The Instant Pot is going to do all the heavy lifting for you. I mean, this is so easy and so delicious. So anyways, let's find the lid and cover it up. And then make sure, don't forget to close your valve. Take it off saute and put it on manual and bump the time to 5 minutes. So while that is steaming and cooking, let's grate or shred some cheese. So this cheese shredder, it was like from IKEA. It was like $3, I think, at the most. You can either do a big bunch up ahead of time using a food processor, or you can do it this way and shred as you go. This eliminates a lot of the extra starches and makes you look like you're like such an awesome cook because all the flavor is so much stronger. So definitely invest in a cheese grater. You won't regret it. Your soups will taste so much better. So let's take the chicken, dice it up, and that's the pesto. You can make your own pesto as well, but dice up the chicken in like 1 inch like cubes and just put it in a fry pan or skillet. Cook that first and then we'll flavor it when we're done. But I like to just put a little bit more pink salt on it for flavor. And I will cover it with a lid. You don't have to, but I find it cooks faster. And cook that while that's cooking, let's check on our soup. Release your pressure valve. Don't be afraid of that valve. It's not going to hurt you. Just don't stick your fingers in the steam. And then that is an immersion blender. If you don't have one, you're missing out. Having an immersion blender allows you to create, well, first let me add the cheese. I forget about the cheese. And then stick a knife or something in and make sure your cauliflower is tender. If you need more, just give it another minute or two. But that was 5 minutes was plenty for me. And then next, you're going to take the immersion blender, and this is how you thicken the soup without having to use like xanthan gum and stuff. So just take this blender, chop it all up, and it's going to give it a nice smooth puree. And if you have kids like me who are very picky about having chunks in their soup, use the immersion blender and let it puree it, and they will have no idea what they're eating. It'll just taste good. Nothing to pick about. So give that a good stir. I think this was actually about a minute or so. Just you want it nice and smooth and all the big chunks ground up and pureed. And that's how easy it is. Now you can also use a blender to do this or a Vitamix, something like that. But I just think this thing is so easy. So last, let's add our cheese. We have cream cheese and cheddar cheese. Throw that all in there and let that melt and flavor our delicious soup. Find my spoon here. And let's see where to go. There's my spoon. So yeah, give that a good stir. Let that all melt and become friends. And it's so tasty. So one last ingredient here. Make sure you're measuring. Don't just eyeball it. When you do have keto soups that are used with creams and butters, they're a lot more calorie dense. So you're going to want to definitely measure. And plus, when you actually have your bowl of soup, measure that too and follow the serving sizes. That is a quick tip to stay on track. These taste so good and it's easy to have like the massive bowl of it. And just moderation is key. Measure it, weigh it, whatever you do, but track those macros and have as much as you can have that fits in your back macros. So meanwhile, let's take a peek at the chicken. Yep, it looks all done. I'm just going to put that cover on there and drain any excess liquid before I add my pesto. And that's about 2 pounds of chicken. So I'm going to do about 2 to 3 tablespoons of pesto and let that come together. And there you have it. I mean, you don't want to drench it. You just want to season it. So, and lastly, there's my bacon crumbles. I get them from Costco. They're already cooked, but I'm just going to nuke them in the microwave and get them crunchy or crispy. So I do that with a microwave safe bowl and a paper towel and about a minute in the microwave. So there you have it, the finished product. Now there's the pesto chicken. Obviously that's based on my serving size for the day for my macros, but the soup will have just a little bit of extra cheddar cheese to garnish, and then a little bacon. And if you have green onions, throw the green onions on there too. So hope you enjoyed this video. You're watching Keto Rewind, and I'm Jess.